Elements of effective on-site event management. Even if you create and execute the best event plan possible, you still have to manage your on-site team effectively for a completely successful conclusion thereof. Your team includes your staff and volunteers, venue point people and their assigned staff, suppliers and vendors, and even the union or non-union carpenters, electricians, and decorators who make the venue function to your specifications. You may very well plan and manage events that have hundreds of support people. In these cases, you'll rely very heavily on the management skills of assistant and area managers. Whether you're a one-person event management team or have dozens of assistants taking direction from you and reporting to you, there are rules of good management that, when rigorously applied, guarantee that your extended staff and volunteers function effectively, thus giving your attendees the ultimate experience your event can offer. Let's look at characteristics of good event managers and event management and how they impact on-site execution. Self-leadership. If you demand excellence of yourself, you are in the optimum position to demand excellence from your team. Team members simply will not perform at a superior level if they don't see you doing the same. When the event is in full swing, you need to be visible, engaged, active in providing solutions, and religious about checking in with all your team members to make sure all is well. If you sit in the office reading the newspaper, your team members will start to find places to hide out from the action as well, and your team will become ineffectual. Personal leadership. Personal leadership is the talent of motivating every member of your team to own their responsibility, take pride in it, and take charge of it. If you exhibit these qualities for the entire event and instill them in your team, each member will effectively execute their duties and manage their responsibilities. Remember that personal leadership motivation includes effective delegation, instilling confidence in the team member, making yourself available to help if needed, showing appreciation, and rewarding a job well done. Confidence. If you are not confident that you're the best person for the job of managing the event on site, you will not be able to instill essential confidence in your management team members. Confidence begets confidence. From the moment you arrive at the event venue, actively demonstrate to your team that you have absolute confidence that you've planned every detail and anticipated every contingency, that the event is going to run seamlessly, and that you have absolute confidence in each team member's ability to perform their job with excellence. This level of confidence will help them make good decisions quickly and relate positively with all the other team members and attendees, no matter what crops up. Character. You must instill trust in your team by being honest, solid, reliable, and involved. If you do shoddy work and try to pass it off as excellent, or demonstrate any dishonesty in your planning and management practices, you'll receive the same from your team. You set the standards of good character for everyone you work with. You'll find that if your practices are dishonest, your team members who do have high standards won't stay with you, and eventually you'll have a team of people who perform the same way you do. Communication. In these video modules, we've talked about effective communication many times. How to communicate budget limitations to your client, how to communicate the value of your event to a potential sponsor, how to communicate action and accountability to your crew, even how to communicate to your attendees that they are all VIPs in your eyes. Good leaders are able to very clearly tell their team members, this is what I want you to do, this is how I want you to do it, these are the areas of the task that you can do your way, and here's how you are held accountable. Tip. One very good way to make sure you are communicating well is to give your team members verbal instructions. Then ask them to summarize the conversation as a task list and give it back to you to sign off on. If what they return isn't what you wanted, you have one of two problems. Either you communicated poorly or they weren't listening. If you have good team members who you respect, trust, and know do good work, there's a very good chance you need to improve your communication skills. Knowledge. The only time you can expect your team members to have more knowledge than you is if you've asked them to research something new and then teach you what they have learned, or if you have hired them as a specialist to manage a distinct component of an event. You are the big picture person for every event, and you must know quite a lot about every component of it and how they all dovetail together. Always let your team impart lessons learned to you and pass along any wisdom they have. The more give and take you have with your team based on exchange of knowledge, the better you will be as a leader and the more confidence they will have in you in that role. Respect. Respect is a two-way system that is critical to good leadership and good teamwork. Your team can't demand your respect and you can't demand theirs. Everyone has to earn it. It's important that you communicate to your team that your goal is for everyone to have tremendous respect for each other's talents and the execution thereof, and that you want to know if you are not earning their respect, and you will tell them when they aren't deserving of yours. It's great when all the members of a team like each other, but affection born of respect brings loyalty, and loyal teams do the best work. Attitude. Be positive, be positive, be positive. You set the tone of any event you manage for both your team and the attendees. If you are negative, distrustful, angry, your team will be miserable, confused, and sometimes simply give up. Events are challenging and stressful to execute and manage. If you feel the stress and think a primal scream will help you manage it, go hide away somewhere and vent. Then return to your team with effective direction and solutions and the attitude that the outcome will always be a good one. Tyrants get things done, but only the bare minimum. Good leaders who manage positively develop team members who are eager to go the extra mile every time. Strategic leadership. Strategic leadership is the nuts and bolts of managing time, resources, and schedules. It includes everything from making sure team members get breaks, meals, and ample time to rest, to how many workstations you need in the on-site office, and if you have enough notebooks and pens for staff and volunteers. If you are organized and thorough, a good strategic leader, this will be reflected in the quality of your event. Your team will have the tools they need to operate effectively, and their service to the event will ensure that attendee expectations are met. Don't become an event planner if you aren't an organizational superstar. Customer service. Event managers must be able to personally effectively tend to the needs of guests, presenters, VIPs, and the entire attendee base of each event. If you have thousands of attendees, you need a team of managers to see to it that each individual has the most fulfilling experience possible, and that management sees to their direct needs when circumstances demand it. Be positive, compassionate, confident, and able to take effective action whenever your attendees have a problem, need, or concern that must be addressed. Conflict resolution. Every event will experience conflict. There may be a disagreement between attendees, a spat between a presenter and an AV provider, and you may even have a couple employees who are going through the end of a relationship they had with each other during your event. Good event managers know how to intervene in all of these situations and find a way to appease both sides and come to resolution. Remember that you must never take sides when resolving conflict. The parties in the conflict both see their circumstances as most significant. It is not your job to judge them, but to resolve the problem they are having so both parties feel validated and can go on with their day without further conflict. Last but not least, good on-site event managers, whether it's you alone or your entire team of assistant managers, must be exceptional team players. Managers must not play favorites and must instill team values in their group by being an active and involved team player themselves. The key to being a good team player is to want the event to do well, not just the individuals who are involved in managing it. Team players unselfishly work together to reach a common goal. That common goal is the effective execution of the event, not personal advancement. If you have these qualities and instill them in your management team, the trickle-down effect will ensure that all your events operate well on site and fulfill the expectations of your attendees, presenters, VIPs, and your client. Always remember that your most valuable resource as an event manager is your people. Guide them the way you would want to be guided, ethically and with tremendous team spirit, and you will be an exceptional on-site manager with an exceptional team every time.